Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm excited to do this video today. I haven't been doing a lot of work for the past few weeks. I got COVID and I've been really poorly for 3-4 weeks, and obviously I've been in hospital for nearly 2 weeks, but I'm back home now. I came home on Monday. Have to take things slow. My breathing's still up and down. So just before we start with the video of this beautiful journal, I'm going to have to take my time, so it might be a bit of a lengthy video. So just wanted to warn people about that one. But it's so good to be back. It's so good to have the energy and just the energy and things like that, just to be sat at my desk working again and just enjoying what I do. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the outcome of my health. So obviously people that are following me, they all know, been in hospital and stuff. So yeah, so I'm taking my time and gradually getting my health back together, because I got COVID pneumonia, and basically I'm lucky to be here just doing what I do. So that's out the way. So I just want to say thank you to all my amazing customers who've messaged me, sent me gifts, cards, whatever. It is so much appreciated and overwhelming, that the fact that I have some amazing customers who follow me and things like that. Right, so stop rambling on now, because we're nearly 3 minutes in. So you've probably seen this journal. I've posted the odd pictures here and there on my page. I've been working on it on and off for a good, I think, 3-4 months, and it's taken a lot of time and effort, and I am absolutely thrilled how it's turned out. I wanted to do a Victorian journal, and I just wanted to have it on the side to work on when I wanted to and when I had the free time, and this is the outcome. It is really heavy, it's really chunky, and there's just so much ephemera, there's just so much stuff inside. It's unbelievable. I will be putting it up for sale, and it's going to be a really hard sale because I was umming and ahhing whether to keep it. So yeah, so we'll start off because there's just so much to see. The front cover, this is an actual old vintage book cover, what I've used, and it's got, I think it's like 2 pence or something like that. This is like really old. And on the back side, I used the back of the book as well for the back side of this journal. So this was an actual book at one time, and obviously cut it in half and used it as I've used it. I've got like this long dangle thing here, and we've just got this lovely key. This journal, I'm going to call it Time Gone By, because obviously it's all Victorian themed and time's gone by, and I've got this beautiful pocket watch here, so that kind of fits in with the theme, and I love this pocket watch. It's in working order. It's not vintage, I did buy it off AliExpress, and I just love it. So you just press this button here and it just opens up like so and closes. I just love it. And then we've got some sorry silk here, and it's fastened onto this little closure. And then if we open the journal book thing up, I've left this as it was, the actual book. I've not touched nothing, and there's like all these bits what I've just left original. So we open this up and there is just so much stuff to see. There's vintage lace, there's lots of this all throughout. These are original vintage ephemera. I've got original vintage ledger paper from the 1930s. Some of these are from the 1800s, and then we've got like this pink paper which is very delicate, which was from a 1911 newspaper. So it's just been covered in different types of laces and things like that. And then we have this little pocket here, and then if you just take this out, you can just see behind all the vintage papers and stuff. And then I've got this beautiful Victorian image of a woman and her child, which I thought was quite beautiful. And then I did a lot of rusting for this journal, so a lot of embellishments I've rusted by hand myself just to give it a really old vintage effect. And then we've got this really old stamp here, and then just done a bit of collaging. And then this is like a miniature journaling notebook with little bits of things inside, papers and tea dye papers and so on. And that just tucks in this little bag here. You can put whatever you want in there, and then it just closes like so. And then if you can just see at top here, we've got a safety pin, and that's been rusted to give it an effect. Let's just, and then we just turn it, and then you can see again all the different types of laces. And then this is the spine, and then I just added on all these sorry silks, just wrapped it and puffed it all out, as you can see. And then I've just added this dangle, which I thought was quite charming and pretty, very beautiful. And then on the back side, I will have to open the journal because I was just messing around trying to figure out how to make a closure, and I just did all this messing around on the book to incorporate it with a closure. And if we just, it's like a tuck pocket here, the book. And again, I've done the same. If you look, it's just full of vintage papers and things like that. I've just done like a mishmash. And then I've got this original copy of this photograph, and then I've just added an envelope on the inside, and that just like tucks in like that just to give it a bit of an effect. And then here is the beautiful journal itself in its glory. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. So we'll get straight in. Before I do, I've got these lovely little charms, if you can see. Another dangle there. Right, so slide down. Here we go. I'm just thinking my camera. I've had to come upstairs and do my video because the lighting downstairs is not very good. It's raining today, so the lighting is pretty bad where I normally do my work. So I'm in my bedroom because there's plenty of light in my bedroom. I'm not happy with that actually. Do apologise, messing around. Right, so start off with the back side, I mean the front of the journal. And we've got like a tuck pocket here. And then we've got this beautiful image of mother and her child, which is an original image. And that just tucks in there like so. And then we've got this really old vintage piece of book or newspaper article. The stir fries recipes. Canned peel in cakes. Flavouring, jam sandwiches, how to make chutneys and things like that. I'm assuming someone's like taken this out of a book and used it to make one of these. So that's an original ephemera. And then I've added this in. This is original as well, 1839 I think that says. And it's just a massive piece of paper with lots of writing on. And that's added on there. And then this is vellum, and it is a Tim Holtz image what I got. And I just loved the house. I loved the image of it. It just reminded me of like a manor in the Victorian times, and someone who had this journal lived in a house like this, and that's why I added it. I really liked the image. So that just tucks in this pocket here. And then just done some collaging with bits of vellum, and not vellum, sorry, I forgot the bloody word now. Yeah, ledger paper. And then this is out of my stash, and I wanted to add it into this journal with it being Victorian themed and families and times gone by. So it's like a miniature album book. So that's added in with that. And then we've got this cabinet card, which is Tim Holtz, which is it's chipboard. And then we've got this beautiful image of this beautiful lady, which can be taken out. The picture is vellum, and I just thought she was very pretty. So that's just slides in there like that. Obviously, if you get the journal, you can put your own pictures in and things like that. So I'll get straight in, and then just put the back of it, stand it up. That's a bit better. So we've got like a pocket here, and then in the pocket we've got like a little miniature notepad. I do like these. I buy these from the range. I buy quite a few, and I do like to add them into my journals. They're perfect to, you know, just journaling. Then we've got a postcard, and then this is a collaged pocket. Again, this is the original vintage letter, sorry. And then we just got like a Victorian lady there. And then this is a vintage button and some lace. And then we've got this, what I made. I pressed it a while ago and then used, I think it's a German poem, what I've pressed it onto. And that goes into there. We've got tea dye paper, and then we've got these butterflies, and then on the back I've added music paper, which is vintage music paper. And then the same again, vintage music paper. And then done a bit of collaging. This is a vintage like old bus ticket, I think it is. And then we've got German paper. We've got vintage newspaper added on into the collage. And then this just flips around like so. And then these are behind it. Just some journaling cards. And then obviously I've done a lot of different types of collaging with different types of papers and inks. And then up here we've got another vintage, like a bus ticket. And then I've added different bits of collaging with fabrics and stuff. And then we've got a rusty paper clip. And then this is just a little miniature journaling card that just tucks onto there like so. And got some brown sorry silk. This is a journaling tag what I made. And journal on the back of it. And then it's put on with a rusty nail, not rusty nail, a rusty paper clip. I don't know why I said a rusty nail. There's plenty of journaling spots. Again, I did some collaging with vintage ledger and some white gesso, and then I've gone over it with different types of inks to make it grungier, and then some napkin. At the top here we've got some fabric which I tea dyed to give it like an old vintagey look. And then on this page, I love this image of this little girl and her dog, like a Victorian image. And that just flips open like so. And then we've got a pocket. And then in the pocket, I made this little journaling book, which is like full of tea-dye papers and tracing paper, just random leftover papers that I've been using with this journal. And then we've got a Victorian lady in a beautiful dress. And then this is original 1880 letter. And then this opens up and then there's gentlemen in all the fancy. And then this is just a journaling spot there. And we've got this lovely image of this lady, Victorian lady in a beautiful dress. And then just, this is vellum, which I've printed on. And then I've rusted this like paper clip. And then we've got another image of a lady. And then this is another recipe page. Fish soup. Goose soup, lentil soup. So that's more recipes. The pages are quite delicate. Oh. And then above this page, this is a flower that I pressed. If you can see, the lighting is rubbish again. And then I've put it in this clear thing here. So you can see through to the next page. And then I've just added some fancy lace, what is tea dyed. And that's over the page. This is the centre of the signature. First signature, and again another journaling card what I've made. And then over the page we've got this original image of this young man, and it is an original photograph. And then I have this, I think it's dated 1908, and this was like in a book. This was out of the book that I used for the front and the back side of this journal. Obviously it's got Wigan on it, that's where I'm from. So I did that in. And then I've got some Sarah silk and a bit of collage going on. An original, someone's like done a sum, which is an original piece off a piece of paper or letter what I've had. And just added some random papers you can journal on. Vellum. And then we've got some, again, original ephemera, which is a letter. I'm just trying to see what it is. I don't know. £3 or something. It might be a bill. And that's on there like so. We've got some lace. This is an original cutout out of a newspaper. We've got some vintage ledger. This is the back side of the piece that I did with gesso and napkins, and did different types of inks to give it a grungy effect. And here is that charm again on there. And then we've got the lovely Queen Victoria. You can't do a Victorian journal without the lovely Queen Victoria. So I've done a bit of different cutouts. And then this is like a pocket here, what I've added this in. Circus soap. Journal on the back of that. And then you can journal on the back of that. It was a journaling card originally, and then I just added a little pocket, and it's secured again with a rusted paper clip. Plenty of journaling. And then this is a belly band pocket with vintage lace, and as you can see there's just a beautiful image of the ladies in the dresses, and just some ink in there with different types of papers, and just some journaling cards going there. And this is another collage what I've done, and this was an actual music thing that slots onto a musical instrument, and you can read the notes as you're playing, like the trumpet or something. And then I've made it into like a large journaling card. You can journal on the back side of it. And then I've added like vintage tickets, and these are vintage button. And then we've got another collage pocket here, which I did use vintage music paper, and then I went over the music paper with a napkin, which is this lovely napkin here, one of my favourite napkins that I have. And then just did a bit of collage in with some ink. And then in the pocket we have another pressed flower. This is a lavender, what I pressed, I think it was last year. And then I fingered it onto a German poem. And I've just got some journaling cards at the back there. Oh, that's the first signature done. This is the second. These are Tim Holtz cardstock, excuse me. And we've got this beautiful original photograph of these lovely children. Beautiful. This is an original blank receipt from Dairy Farm, St Helens. That's not far from where I live. We've got some vellum, which is lovely. You can just see a pattern, a glossy pattern on that. And then we have another belly band pocket here with just some journaling cards there. And then a large pocket. Oops. And then we've got this image of this lady, and it's vellum. And then an original 1800 bill. And then on the inside, again, another journal book to journal in. I love making miniature journal books. And that just slides in there like so. And this is out of one of my Victorian books. I use quite a lot of images out of here, especially on the journaling tags, because it shows you the different types of dresses they wore and things like that. So that kind of blended in with this journal. And we've got this lovely image, this lady in a corset. And then another original letters, which is worse for wear, but it is an original. Charges of £200 a year. That's like a bit of a bill. And then because this Victorian lady's in a corset, I added a corset journaling card. And then this flips open, and that's on a rusty paper clip. Another journaling card. And then this is an envelope that I made out of the wrappers out of a cereal box, and I used tissue paper, and the tissue paper was from Cath Kidston. And inside is just some goodies what I've not used in the journal. As you can see, the journal is quite thick, and I didn't want to make it any bigger, so I just put some journaling cards in what I didn't get around to using. Another collage. This is a vintage paper. And then this is one of my favourites, what I've done. This is what I did when I came out of hospital this week. The drawer tuck pockets. And we were doing a challenge on a journaling group, junk journaling for everybody. We were doing like a miniature challenge for 12 weeks, and this was this week's challenge. This is from Pegasus Paper. She's got some beautiful papers on her webpage, so check that out. And she does have a lot of freebies for you to print out as well. You've got to sign up. So anyway, it's quite bursting with lots of different miniature journaling things, journaling cards, little tiny bits and bats. I've got a vintage cigarette card tucked in there, a little miniature envelope. I've just basically put lots of miniature bits and bats in, vintage bus ticket, another card there, little image. There's lots of miniature things in here, what I've stuffed. As you can see. So yeah, you get the idea. It's just full of miniature things in that. Piece of paper. And then above here I've got this lovely dangle charm what I've got, and it just reminded me of a lady in a dress. It's very pretty. So that's added on there like so. I enjoyed making that. And then on the back side, got some journaling cards, and then this again, this was out of the book, what I used for the front and back side of this journal. And then the top pocket is made of vellum. Got music, paper there. This is a journaling card what I've made some ruffle out of sorry silk. So then we've got this card what I've made. This is the Countess, and I just added a picture in this card, and it can be journaled on like so. Vintage ledger. And then this I made myself. This is a piece of fabric what I had, and I used some of my stamps, and then I ripped it in half and used it as a ruffle. We've got this brooch here what I've rusted at the bottom, and then a dangle. This is an envelope what I've made for these Victorian ladies. Vintage stamps. And then inside is an A4 piece of paper what I've embossed in the corners. And then attached to the back of that was this postcard, and you open it up and it's an A4 tea-dyed paper. And on this envelope there is some sellotape. I wanted to make it look old and grungy, like someone that had opened it and ripped it and then sellotaped it and things like that. So that is the effect that I was going for there. We've got a little pocket here, and then I've just tucked all these in what I've got from the 1800s of all the different types of fashion based around the Victorian era. And then we've just got some journaling cards there. Another image of the Countess, and just some journaling cards, and this is an envelope. And then we've got this original letter from 1885. And then this opens up. This is sorry silk. This opens up and we've got 2 journaling cards. And then it opens up like so. More journaling cards. You can journal or stick pictures on that. Little flip out. I'm trying to go fast now because I'm still on the second signature. And I'm just taking my time, so I do apologise. And then we've got this. It kind of turned out wrong, but I'm happy that it turned out wrong because this journal is based on the Victorian times, so the picture kind of turned out wrong, but I'm happy because it looks old, so that's just fell off, so I'll have to stick that back in when I finish the video. This is another journaling card what I made, and it's got a little black pocket there. Okay, so now we're on the final signature. I forgot the name of this man, but I saw this picture and then I googled and I forgot his name, but he is the one that invented, don't quote me on it though, trains and anchors and things like that for ships. Don't quote me on it though. And then we open this up and this is like a grand buffet for a train, and travelling times, and because this guy invented the train track, I think, I can't remember off the top of my head. I just thought that was quite fitting to put there. That was off the graphics further. I'm sure he invented like the boat yards and things like that. The industrial side to boats and trams and trains and things. So yeah, anyway, and then on the back of this I've done some stenciling with heavy structured gel and kind of giving it a bit of a industrial kind of theme. And this is a pocket what I've made with different types of advertisements. It's a large pocket and there's 2 journaling cards tucked in there. It's not stuck down, it's put on with a paper clip so you can move it around the journal or stick it down. Just left that as it is. And then we've got an original photograph again of a family. And then I've just put this on the back of it, which is an original letter dated 1878. Yeah, 1878. It's an original. And stick that on there like so. And then just done a bit of beading there. And then an image of this man and lady. And it's just another journaling spot to journal on. It just tucks in there like so. And then I've just, in the centre of the third signature, I've just added these so whoever gets this journal can write in it like a bit of a diary. This is an original thing out of a magazine. It is a bit ripped and worn. And it's some ladies with the luggage. Quite fitting for this signature in this journal. And travelling. And then done a bit of franking paper with random offcuts of vintage things out of books. A collage. What I've done on the side of that. I've got this beautiful image of mother and child picture, and then just some sorry silk dangling. And then this, I'll not take it off, but this is another postcard what I've stuck on to A4 tea dye paper. And then some collage in here. And then this is like a side pocket. Got an original photograph of this young man. An original letter from 1880. Just a cafe, and then a little postcard. Sticks out like so. And then again, this is the other part of the fabric what I stamped and then used to make a ruff at the top of that page. This is a large pocket. There's nothing in it. Obviously the journal is quite large and big, so I've left it empty for the person who receives this can put whatever they want inside. Just done a bit of collaging, and then we've got this like a miniature envelope, and I've put some vintage ledger in there to journal on, like so. And then that is the end of this beautiful journal. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I've taken my time. Obviously I'm trying to breathe and just take my time doing this video. So thank you for watching. Like I said, this journal will be up for sale, sadly. I do love this journal. It is beautiful and I've just spent so long on it. There's just so much work that's gone into it and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I kind of created that kind of an effect. So I'm going to go now because this video is like 40 odd minutes long now. So yeah, thank you for watching and take care. Goodbye.